Miss Aurorah. It is Money Monday. Happy Money Monday, secured entrepreneurs. And guess what? Seeing as I am testing this live, I will go ahead and put this message here, and then I will do the P. Diddy remix and put a video up in the queue, all right, after we do this. So for those of you who do not know who I am Mr. Okay, KJ is saying he can see me and he can hear me. Thank you, KJ. Thank you. Okay, so for those of you who do not know who I am Miss Aurorah Dey, and this is the Secured Entrepreneur Movement, okay? And I get these messages from all of the secured entrepreneurs. When you see these things put out there and you recognize that it is nothing but misinformation, okay? So Miss Aurorah wants to tell all of the secured entrepreneurs, happy Money Monday, Miss Aurorah. Hey, KJ. Okay, this is what Miss Aurorah got this week, okay? It came in on Friday. Somebody posted this, and it looks like the post may have been on Facebook. I'm not sure. But it says, create an LLC for your kids when they're in high school. File taxes on it 4 years. Start business history. Pay them on the business payroll checks. So this whole thing, you know, Miss Aurorah starts laughing. I'm laughing at this whole thing. Set their salary. Get a business credit card. Make them an authorized signer. Establish business credit. Graduation gift. Let's break the cycle. And somebody's name is signed to this. And I don't want to shout the person out because I'm really about to shame the person. I do apologize. And this is like a sorry, not sorry type of apology, because congratulations, what you have done is continued the legacy of slavery with this post. And this is what happens when you do not have the correct information, okay? Now, I don't disagree with creating an LLC for your children. I don't disagree with that at all, okay? But the first thing that I would say is that you would have to create the correct type of limited liability company for your children, because what the post is saying for your kids when they're in high school. So what you're saying is that the child is a minor. The child is a minor. And what people fail to understand is that there are two types of limited liability companies. You have a member managed limited liability company and a manager managed limited liability company, okay? The member will always pay tax. Now, depending on how they have this entity set up, you're now saying somebody's going to do a filing because it says file taxes on it 4 years. So they're saying file the taxes on it for all 4 years that the child is in high school. So basically an adult is going to be manning those entities. Somebody's paying a 16% self-employment tax there. And depending on what tax bracket that entity falls in, they could be paying up to 37% in tax. And the reason why we know that is because they're saying they're going to willfully file some tax returns, okay? So these are the red flags, because here in the Secured Entrepreneur Movement, we understand how to operate in commerce properly. That means that we utilize every legal tax deferral strategy known to man that the Internal Revenue Service tells us that we can legally utilize to defer taxation till kingdom come. Okay, that's what we do over here. So if you're interested in that, come check us out. Hello, right? So this here is buffoonery. Okay. The next thing that really I'm like, this is so pitiful. Pay them on the business payroll checks. So now once again, you are perpetuating the legacy of slavery because you're not teaching your children how to have authority, control. You're still teaching them how to get education and get a job. You're keeping them enslaved in the system that keeps them just over broke. Okay? Whenever you hear somebody saying they're going to pay themselves, they've already lost. Anytime you say you're going to pay yourself, you want to pay tax. You've already lost. Okay? You are creating these entities to provide for you. You are creating these entities to take care of you and all of the business that it is designed to be taken care of and doing, right? Okay. So we're going to debunk that. We're going to demystify that whole thing, pay them on the business payroll checks. No, because we're managing this entity. Therefore, I don't need to take a salary. I'm in control of what goes on over here. And there are ways, there are things put in place for me to have access to whatever type of finances that are required to take care of my lifestyle. See the difference? I'm not surviving. I'm not even living. Guess what? I have a lifestyle. How many of the secure entrepreneurs know that I have a dog right there? King David, right? King David has a lifestyle. He ain't got no job. Okay, he ain't working for food. Okay, he got everything. He go everywhere. He got a stroller. He got clothes. He gets on planes. Okay, he sits in the front seat of the car. People are mad. Okay, you have to start teaching your children how to have a lifestyle. Forgive the hair, everybody. It's early for Miss Aurorah. Okay, get a business credit card. Make them an authorized signer. Okay, so what she's saying is. Established business credit. She says established business credit. Okay. I'm not in disagreement with that. What I'm going to say is this. Yes, whatever entities you create, and you're saying you're creating these entities so that your children have use of the entities. Yes, you will need to establish the business credit on the entity. But what's going to happen is that if you're creating the entity the correct way and it's structured the correct way, all the monies that are being funneled through, because remember, this is a pass-through tax entity. Where are we passing the tax through to? We are passing the tax through to a whole life insurance policy. Now, the reason why I'm telling the secured entrepreneur is this is because this example, this young lady who did this is saying she's telling people to do this all 4 years of the child's high school, of the child being in high school. And then giving the child this entity with credit built up as a graduation gift. Okay. But you did not give the child anything substantial. Why? Because everything that this person put in here is taxable. I didn't read anything about the profits and what the child could actually borrow against and have assets that actually create money, that, income producing assets, right? But if you are going to utilize this method, which is okay, right? You would need to funnel all of the funds that come out of these entities, forgive me, y'all, that come out of these entities into a vehicle that is tax-free. And that would be a whole life insurance policy, to whereas the child, if the money's going there for the 4 years that the child is in high school, maybe by that time, one of those policies is now paid off. You know what the child can do? Borrow against that policy, tax-free. Start a real business, okay? Buy some real estate that already has tenants. Buy an RV park. Build a mobile home park. Okay, like, to me, this is still mediocre. That mediocre conditioning. Okay, small, low-level thinking and living that society has just about everybody in, because most people are in the rat race. Most people are in the rat race. So this whole post is rat race-ist. Okay, that's the new word for Money Monday. Rat race is. Okay, so this is a problem for Miss Aurorah. This is a problem for the secured entrepreneur movement. All right, so Miss Aurorah wants to share. The woman is saying, let's break the cycle, but you're not breaking the cycle if you're taking this advice that's in this young lady's post. Unfortunately, you're not breaking the cycle. If you do desire to break the cycle, yes, create an entity, a properly structured entity. Use it for the tax deferral that the way that it's meant to be used, which is tax deferral, which is for tax deferral. Start funneling the monies into either a whole life insurance policy or a trust, okay, where monies are now being invested, okay? Somebody's being named as the beneficiary. And so when all of those trust funds, when those dividends start coming in and those trust funds get pulled down, whomever the beneficiary is gets to have access to all of those funds tax-free. What can they do? Oh, I can go out there and get some income producing assets for myself. You see what I'm saying? Secured entrepreneurs, the real secured entrepreneurs know what Miss Aurorah is talking about. Okay? So that's what Miss Aurorah wants to share with the secured entrepreneurs this morning. Miss Aurorah is going to be back. This was a test this morning. Okay, so I want to thank KJ for being on with Miss Aurorah right now and helping Miss Aurorah. All right, so you all know I don't have my remote, but the next time I come live, I'm going to have my remote because I'm going to have to start pressing some buttons up here, okay? And they're showing me some little wand and all this crap. Anyway, you all know you can find me, Miss Aurorah Dey, at AurorahDayConsulting.com. And until next time, ta-ta.